Okay. Let's make sure we're live. Let's make sure we are up and running. Make sure audio's all set. Check, check. Let's make sure we are up and running. Okay, sounds like y'all can hear me. So, what is good, y'all? Welcome back to another One Piece Manga Chapter live stream, live reaction. One Piece Manga Chapter 1136. Man, these are starting to become a mouthful. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But it's been a while. Woof. Your boy was getting a little bit of withdrawals. But we're here. 1136. The country that awaits the sun. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this chapter. If you watch this after the fact, if you're not catching the stream, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified for more content that I put out. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Moon Piece podcast. We out here. We making some gains. We just got monetized. We finally making things happen. Whew. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, but we're growing. So if you guys want to see us talk more anime, more One Piece, Kagurabachi, all of that. If you want to see me chop it up with some other people instead of just watching me live stream, check out the podcast, Moon Piece Podcast, with my co-hosts, Kimmy and Danny. We have a girl, guys. It's not just a sausage fest. So, Felix, what's good? What's good? Long time, no talk. So without any further ado, y'all, let's just get into it. All right. The country that awaits the sun. Mwahaha. Okay. So we have Hold'em. Is that Hold'em? And there's Yamato. Where's Otama, though? I see Speed. And we pulling up to in Komachiyo, we pull up to a building that has Who's Who face on it? Only Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 22. The fact that we are at 22 is ridiculous, y'all. A mysterious hidden base in Udon? Nani? Nani? Who's who? What are you up to? What are you up to? Who's who? All right, let's get into this chapter. Even the meat is huge. Ayo. Ayo. Pidors. Pidors. It's so tasty. This moose reminds me of dinosaur meat. They're quite tricky to catch. As ferocious as they are delicious. No task is too great if it's for one's savior. Oh, they glazing my boy. You got Colin running around, Hajruden, old man Jarul. I appreciate it. Hajruden, Stanson. Luffy is remembering names, bro. I don't even know who this nigga is anymore. Y'all. Broski is remembering names. Nanda? Nandeska? Digaga. Glad you like it. Okay. It's rare for humans to make it all the way to the Sun Realm. Most confuse the underworld for Elbaf proper and flee before they find their way up here. Luffy. Are you going to tell them what you did? Listen up. The mighty Oars was a warrior, legendary even to you giants. He'd tower any of you 3 times over. And guess who finally finished him? That's right. Oh, this nigga Usopp is Usopp. It was me. Woo! Way to go, Captain Usopp. Wow. Your skin really is blue. Guys, that's racist. They're being racist towards Jinbei. You should see Fishman Island. There's as many skin tones as there are fish in the sea. I've always wanted to see a mermaid. No shame in that. They're a sight to behold. Mermaid Cove is more enticing than heaven itself. Sanji. And the Fishman Island remake is going on right now. It is interesting to hear the Straw Hats really talk about like their escapades. You know what I mean? Like the things they've been through. Because they don't really get to gloat about the things they've done. Like, yeah, man, we fought Oars. We 4 oars. Sanji's over here like, man, Fishman Island. Whoa. That said, my heart soars just as much when I see you giant ladies. This nigga is, oh, somebody get my boy. Oh, Sanji-kun, you're so silly. It's cute. Woohoo. Beauty's everywhere I look. I'm getting buried in babes. My boy is never beating the allegations. So hard being a Sanji fan, but I don't blame him. What you mean? And what are you? Who? Me? I can answer with my own blues. My what the heck am I, Diddy? Yeah. That's the Soul Kinger. Sanji in heaven for real, right, Felix? Broski in heaven for real. I guess it's a big wide world out there. Let's toast to it. We got Nami and Zoro in the corner. I'm surprised so many giants have never gone out to sea. Yeah. I kind of assumed they were all pirates. Nami Tasso, I want to apologize to you and this other straw hat about before. Yo, this nigga Road, bro. Road got washed up, son. They gave him the beating of a lifetime. He ain't going to be forgiven that easily. But beating a proper apology out of him was the least we could do. Gerd Tasso's sadistic side really makes my heart flutter. Yo, chill, y'all. Chill. Save it for Sadie. Gerd Tasso's sadistic side really makes my heart flutter. Come on, guys. Chill out. Don't sweat it. It's not like anyone died. Zoro, you're so cool. Although, that's only because Usopp stopped me. Chill. If he didn't, it would have been your head. Yo, this nigga Zoro is letting this nigga know. Zoro letting bro know. I would have killed you if Usopp didn't stop me, bro. He shook. Roto. Yeah. Don't tell me you picked a fight without checking their current bounties. You never stood a chance. He said you're not him. You're not him. You didn't look at their bounties, bro? Don't hold back next time. Gerd Tasso. She's so harsh. I can't get enough. This nigga is a masochist, bro. He is a masochist. He likes it. Come on. Everyone born here on Elbaf shares the same dream. To become the next sun god and rule the world. That's their pirate king? Sun god? Are you kidding me? The sun god isn't a ruler. That's right. He's the god of liberation. Oh, is the lore incoming? Oda. More like destruction. You're wrong. Everyone knows he was the god of laughter. It's getting rowdy. What's this about a god? Oda, are you finally going to tell Luffy? Are you finally going to let Luffy learn something? The sacred Harley texts have been passed down for generations in Elbaf. The legends are written in an archaic language, so there have been countless interpretations. No one can say for sure which translation is accurate, and this is the result. Oh shit, here we go. According to the Harley text, the world has already been destroyed twice before, and the name of sun god Nika is invoked after each instance. Nika? Who can say if he was the world's savior or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down? All we know for sure is that he heralds great change. That's why the rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. Nika. That's the god Bonnie mentioned. Yes, the sun god has become a symbol. Luffy is remembering stuff? Guys, who is this man? Who is this man? Yes, the sun god has become a symbol. Someone the hopeless and desperate turn to for salvation. They say Nika is adorned by white clouds, with white hair and white clothes to boot, and he is said to have a contagious, booming laugh. Huh, no wonder everyone's been saying I look similar. I hate this nigga. I hate this nigga. I hate him. But I'm sure he's got nothing to do with me. Don't be so dismissive, Straw Hat. You'd understand if you were born on Elbath. We all look up to Nika. They let it be known. Not to defend Roto, but he wasn't lying about us all sharing the same dream. Nigga said, not to defend Roto. Loki was the same. I believe his motive for Harold's murder was his attempt to follow in Nika's footsteps. Nothing can justify what he did, Elder. Loki. So he's a good guy? No way in hell. Luffy. Luffy trying. He's good or nah? They like hell no. Luffy that Nika for real, boy. He's the accursed prince. There was a prophecy before Loki was born that foretold that King Harold would be slain by his son. Then, shortly after his birth, the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. And shortly after the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. That was the same year that Linlin murdered the legendary hero Jarul. Wait a minute. Hold up. There are some juicy nuggets being dropped right now. Lore. Lore is here, everyone. Then shortly after his birth, the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. That was the same year that Linlin murdered the legendary hero Jarul, and the tragedies kept coming. A year later, the queen herself passed on. The princeling would go on to use his natural strength. Felix said, Loki's backstory gives me Odin vibes. I don't see it yet. Maybe there's more, but I don't necessarily see the comparison. The princeling would go on to use his natural strength to make the realm of the dead his own personal playground. He killed many of those ferocious beasts and tamed the rest. He even released a few into the villages. Okay. And that was all by the age of 10. Okay, now I see where you're going. Now I see what you mean. He was an arsonist. Look at bro laughing like Joy Boy. Loki's mischief endangered countless lives. He had the authority of a prince and a malicious personality. He caused hell whenever the king wasn't looking. Then finally, in that very castle, Loki killed King Harold, the greatest monarch Elbath ever knew. Why is bro in the shadows? I'm talking about in terms of how infamy being highlighted at a young age. Yeah, nah. I got what you mean once you start talking about the age. A splendid, wise man who tried to connect with the outside world to get people to see beyond Elbath's feared reputation as a land of warriors. Something is not what it seems, y'all. I feel like King Harold was sus. I feel like he was trying to sell out the giants. Lord Jarul was stabbed trying to stop Loki. My helmet saved me in the end. It didn't save anything. What? Loki's reign of terror finally came to an end 6 years ago. He was running amok at sea when Redhair captured him. Shanks? Shanks really came here? Yeah. In fact, he was just here earlier. I'm not sure where he went off to, though. Okay. Village outskirts. I thought you were acting weirdly on edge earlier. That explains it. You realize he's a reviled Kingslayer, right? Everything he told you was obviously just a lie. That explains it. Okay. So Luffy told Zoro about it. Okay. He said he knew where Shanks was. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? Yes, I've heard about it 1,000 times. Sounds to me like he was using that to trick you. How would you know? You've never met Loki yourself. Luffy thinking bro is a good guy. I haven't. I'm just guessing based on his reputation. I mean, what about the reputation you had, Zoro? I'll tell you everything I know. That includes Red Hair's current whereabouts. If that was really a lie, I'm going to send him flying. If you're sneaking off to do what I think you are, did you seriously expect to find your way there without me? So Nami knows too. Listen up, Luffy. We'll get the key, but if he pulls anything funny, we'll have to take care of him. Got it. Thanks. Zoro and Luffy are pretty decent judges of characters, low-key. Yeah, nah, that's a fact. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Loki is evil, y'all. But why is this guy here? He's my new slave. I'm truly blessed. This nigga Roto. Oh, my God. We got Zeus. So who we got? We got Nami, Zoro, and Luffy, and Roto. And he's going to take them to Loki? This nigga is being silly. He is being silly. What's good? What's good? It's your boy Aldi Zoni. What's good? Let's see. Nigga Road is really a simp. Don't forget, I'm her #1 slave, and Sanji's #2. Why my boy catching a stray? He not even here. He not even here. Zeus, why you doing that? Nah, Roto wanted to get with Nami. Defufufu. Strong girls really get my blood pumping. He's been struck by lightning, literally. Nami Tasso, isn't it neat how we're both navigators? He trying, bro. He's shooting. Don't ever try to get close to me again. Yes, ma'am. Nami is spicy. It feels wrong for the guest of honor to bail so early. She. Don't worry. I brought some meat. Have you tried this moose? They're all in a drunken stupor for now. They probably can't remember what they're celebrating. Say, if all the treasure in the castle suddenly disappeared, would that be a problem, Roto? Bro, Nami is shiesty. He want her so bad. My vision is awful, so I'm sure I wouldn't even notice. This nigga is so down bad, bro. You had this in mind since the beginning, didn't you, Nami? Huh? Your eyes. Yo, this nigga is down bad, y'all. Dog, ha. So that's what it is. Realm of the Dead. Dog, ha. If I understood you correctly, then I'm afraid I'll have to step back and refuse your offer. I'm sure it's an honor to be invited to join your noble knights. Uh-oh. What are these niggas up to? But that would make you celestial dragons, right? Do you really expect... Oh, my God. Luffy and Zoro about to... Luffy gonna think this is the real Shanks. Oda, you about to get busy already? Do you really expect anyone on the planet to willingly become scum like that? Do we have any intel? My glorious king isn't a fraud. Yo, Shady out here. Do you have any intel? All the informants we sent to Elbath reported a giant crow heading for them before their transmissions got cut off. Their weakness is beyond belief. Holy shit, here we go. I'm done just standing by and listening. This is the definition of impertinence. Oh, okay. God's Knight Gunko. Gunko. Oda. I won't let it stand. Don't be hasty, Gunko. So the Holy Knights see the Celestial Dragon as scum, just like Garland. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yo, Gunko looking alright. Shoo-doo-doo-doo. Look, she look like she got the bandage fruit, bro. Shorty turned into bandage. Or the mummy fruit. Gunko kind of bad, right? Gunko kind of bad. Watch Gunko be a boy. Nah. I won't let it stand. Don't be hasty, Gunko. Grrr. Look, Gunko boots go hard. Dog, eat him up, wolf. Hey, stay back if you want to keep breathing. Oh, that shit turned to an arrow. Her name means the child of army. Okay. Yeah, nah. She not bad in my opinion. Laughing my ass off. She not bad. Nah, bro. It's the two different eye colors. Wrap bro up, bro. Huh? Hey, wolf. Damn. Oh, she about to hang the wolf, y'all. Gunko about to hang the wolf. Arnar. Wolf. If we were to spare him, would you change your mind then? Yo, who is this nigga? Grr. So that's how you operate, huh? Well, if that was your offer, I'd accept my friend's fate and wish him peace and death. It's okay to grieve and rage. But a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. Nah, this nigga Loki might be him. But a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. Woo. I'll swallow all my fury and use it to fuel me when I reduce this world to rubble. A proud proclamation. End of the chapter. Nah, we are lit, y'all. We are fucking lit. Oda. Eiichiro Oda. Ladies and gentlemen, Eiichiro Oda is chess pieces are moving. 2025. We are what? 17 days in, and it's felt like 65. And Oda, for chapter 1136, things are happening, ladies and gentlemen. Next chapter, the chapter after, and the chapter after that. My friends, we are about to have Luffy run into Stab, and he is going to think it is Shanks. So we might get to watch a Luffy versus Shanks, but it's actually Stab. Oda, what are you doing? Shade, Rodo was the star of this chapter for me. The star is an interesting word to use. Star is an interesting word to use. Let's go with he was very present. He was simping hard, y'all. Hard. Aldi's only. The Loki backstory is lit. They talking something for real, and we know there's something more to it. But let's recap this chapter before I give my final thoughts and my rating of this. The cover story, Oda. After 22 volumes of Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine pilgrimage, you finally are doing something and showing something worthwhile. Why is there a house with whose mouth or face on top of it, while we have Yamato and Speed with Hold'em? And where's Otama? Is Otama on the back? I don't see her. Is Otama captured by who's who somehow? I don't know. But we gotta see. We gotta see. Finally, something is fucking happening. I need to see Yamato one shot who's who. Light work, no reaction. Into the chapter. Oda opens with a big pause. Even the meat is huge. That was wicked work. That was wicked work. Especially with Luffy talking about, it's so tasty. Right? So everybody's glazing Luffy. They're like, yeah, man, we got the best meat for you. No, it's no short task, no light task, because you're our savior. Like, it's just crazy. Luffy in this chapter, I don't know what happened. This nigga became a Yonko, and all of a sudden his memory became good. The fact that he is remembering Hydrogen and Stanson's name, the fact that he is able to recollect once Ja Rule starts to get into the Nika lore backstory, and he's able to connect like, oh, Nika, the sun god. Oh, Bonnie brought that up, right? Now the only thing left is for Luffy to connect Joy Boy with those things, right? That's the only thing he got to connect here. It's the only thing he got to connect. But, you know, I liked how Ja Rule was saying, like, you know, most humans, they run away because they don't usually make it to the sun realm. They usually mistake the underworld for what Elbaf really is, but they never make it. Usopp yapping, talking about him being the one to beat Oars. That's Usopp regular stuff. But Usopp, we need you to put in some work or get a power up this arc. We need something. We need something, or you're never going to beat the allegations to get kicked off the crew. I don't want to kick you off, but I can't fight against these people anymore that want to get rid of you, bro. Do something. The Straw Hats are like interacting with the Giants here. We have Frankie is not here, and Nico Robin is Frankie is, you know, looking at like the Sun Tree and stuff like that, and Nico Robin is still with Saul, and so is Chopper. So we have them talking to Jinbei. The Giants are like, shout out, oh, you mad, Blue? And then we start kind of reminiscing about all the things we did. They're like, yeah, you know, he's a fish man. They're like, that's crazy, bro. He's like, yo, Sanji's like, yo, you think that's crazy? Yo, wait till you see a mermaid, my guy. Glorious. It was glorious, right? And Sanji simping over the Giants too. He is in heaven, y'all. He is in heaven. They're even questioning Brook. They're like, yo, what are you, bro? He said, who, me? Hear my little ditty. Hear my little song. I got you right now. I got you with some Soul King Brook. You know what I mean? Yo ho ho ho. My guy, he said the music speaks for himself. You know what I mean? Yo, the Giants was a little racist. You know what I mean? It's giving questioning the Mechian vibes and Dragon Ball Z Abridged. They like, yo, you blue as hell, Jinbei. Guys, that's all. Fishermen don't see race like that. They don't see the colors of skin. Don't be like that, Giants. Come on. Nami and Zoro, they are being pretty, you know, lax in the background. Like, okay, cool. Like, I'm surprised these Giants really never been out to sea. Like, I assume they will all be pirates. And Zoro's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then we spend this chapter really seeing Road just simp over Nami all the way through. He's trying to apologize. He's trying to do everything he can, but he's also a masochist. He likes being yelled at by Gerd. He likes being yelled at by Nami. Now he's slave number 3, I guess. Wicked work, right? We got Zeus, then we got Sanji, and then we got Road. So Bro is willing to give her all the coin. He is wicked. Zoro is on demon time though, cause he let Road know, oh, you would have been dead, bro. If Usopp didn't stop me, you would have been cooked. And they let Road know too, like, you was wildin', my G. You must not look at they bounties. You was fucking around and finding out, bro. And Gerd let Zoro know, like, yo, you know, don't hold back next time. Bro freaking out, but still in his inner monologue saying like, oof, I love it. What's wrong with him? This nigga got the heavy step on me nature. Heavy step on me nature. But Road kind of gets into like the whole like sun god thing, because they are talking about like some lore as all this is going on. He said to become the next sun god is like everybody's dream, and then you end up ruling the world. And Zoro's like, sun god? You know, they've heard about this before. And they're like, oh, like the Giants are having this, you know, this conversation. They're like, well, sun god isn't a ruler. He's like the god of liberation. They're like more like destruction, and they're like, nah, he's the god of laughter. It's mostly hearsay, right? They're going off of these things called the sacred Harley texts that are written in some old language that have been, passed down for generations, but the translation can be a little interesting. So there's just different countless interpretations. So Jarul starts to tell Luffy about some of the information about the sun god, Nika, and we get the silhouette, which is kind of dope. We see him with the blade and we see him with the shield. You know what I mean? Got the same silhouette that Luffy be having. And Jarul says Nika, who can say if he was the world savior or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down. All we know for sure is that he heralds great change. That's why the rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. So Luffy's like, Nika. Yeah. Okay, Bonnie mentioned that god. And it's like, yeah, the sun god has become a symbol for someone the hopeless and desperate turn to for salvation. And then he starts to then say all the things that happens to Luffy, right? And Luffy's like, oh, no wonder everybody keeps saying I look similar. And they're like, well, bro, it's bigger than that, bro. Don't be so dismissive. You being Nika is crazy to us. We look up to you. If you were born in Elbaf, you will understand the amount of glaze we are trying to give you guys. So let me read some comments before we start to keep on going, right? Remember, this is Oda telling us indirectly how strong Loki is. Yeah, I thought Loki might be fraud and might be actually weak, but if the Gods Knights want Loki to join, then I believe that he is 100% might be that dude. Destroy giant villages and made the underworld beasts his pets. Light work. All that meat talk is crazy. Wild stuff. Al D. Zoni. 3 Joy Boys. Nika, Joy Boy, and Luffy. Right? We're about to get to that right there. So Giant Jarul's a little strong, if I would say, because he fought Loki but lost. And he said, are we going to have a read-through stream with Danny this week? Yeah. We actually are going to do the stream on the Moon Piece channel on Sunday night. So that's when we're going to be doing that. But whatchamacall? So Jarul starts to get into some more lore in regards to like Loki, because they're saying Loki tried to go down the same path. And Luffy's asking some questions. Luffy's like, yo, so that Loki guy's a good guy? And they're like, no way in hell. And just like Felix was saying, we start to get into like this Odin type backstory, like, oh, he's the accursed prince. There was a prophecy before Loki was born that King Harold's son would be the one who was slain him. And then shortly after his birth, this royal steed, the horse of fortune, don't know what that is, died. And this is also the same time that Lin murdered Jarul, right? One of the other dudes. So this is crazy stuff around the same time Big Mom and Loki was coming up, right? They said even the queen, Loki's mom, died herself during all this. But Loki used to be on demon time, apparently. Did mischief just like a Loki would. Everything was his personal playground. Like you say, he befriended the young kids. I mean, the young animals when he was a kid. He was an arsonist, just setting shit on fire. He was wilding. He had the authority of a prince. And he just had a malicious personality, bro. He was just wilding, bro. And then it got to the point that in the castle, apparently, Loki killed King Harold, who they deem to be the greatest monarch Elbaf has ever known, because he tried to connect and make people see a different world, a different way of Elbaf to make them more peaceful. I believe something is sus. I believe something is amiss here. And everything is not what it seems when it comes to this. Or maybe Loki really is just a savage. Because they're saying Lord Jarul was stabbed trying to stop Loki. And Loki's the one who put that blade in his head. Which is wicked. They said Loki's reign of terror came to an end 6 years ago when he was running amok at sea. And Shanks apparently is the one who captured him. And Luffy's like, Shanks? I'm hyped. Shanks really came here? They're like, yeah, he was here just earlier, but we don't know where he went. They don't know where Shanks is. But I guess Shanks stopped Loki around the time when he became an emperor, right? If I'm correct, I believe that's the timeline. You know what I mean? Lin didn't murder Juro. What? Is that not what they just said right here? The year that Lin murdered the legendary hero Juro. Is that... Am I missing something, bro? Or did I forget something? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, trying to pick back up where we were. So we also cut to, there's an interesting point, right? I do want to say it's interesting that we now know that the world has been reset and destroyed 2 times over. I think that was a really, really interesting bit of lore that we're getting. Oda is letting us know that the sun god Nika Fruit has essentially only awakened twice. You know what I mean? Don't forget the moment they said he was here, but he didn't know where he went. Zoro had a strange reaction. Yeah, Zoro was like, when they said he was here, like they like, oh, Zoro's like, huh, something ain't right there. So I think, Zoro's reaction, I believe, was to him hearing the information about Loki, not necessarily the information about Shanks. Because then we cut to the Straw Hats talking, which we found out that Luffy didn't necessarily keep the information to himself, which I thought he would, but of course he couldn't keep that to himself. Him and Zoro now talking about Shanks and the whole Loki thing. And apparently, Loki offered Luffy that he could tell him where Shanks is. And Zoro was like, yeah, I know you want to see Shanks, but what's good with this Loki dude, man? I don't know if we're supposed to trust him. I don't know if he's all good. And like, based on his reputation, I don't know. So Luffy's like, well, if he's lying, I'm going to wash him up anyway. But I kind of trust him. Nami is also in on it. So she's like, yo, if you thinking of sneaking off and doing what y'all not going without me, y'all going to get lost. You got Zoro, who never know where he's going. And you got Luffy, who it really ain't that much better than Zoro. And this is where Nami brings in her little slave number 3, Road, who's just simping. I don't know why Road is okay with bringing us to Loki. But if he's simping that hard, it's kind of crazy. I hate that Zeus threw a whole stray at my boy Sanji. He didn't deserve it, y'all. I know my boy been on wicked behavior, but Zeus, why'd you throw my boy Sanji astray like that? Road is trying, y'all. Rodo is trying. He is. We both navigators, babe. She's like, yo, don't ever get close to me again. This nigga just simping, bro. Just simping. And they do feel bad about leaving, but Road is like, they're going to be so drunk, they never going to realize that. They going to forget why they even partying. So, Nami is also going to steal this treasure from Road's castle. So, she about to go get this money. If it's one thing she going to leave, is she going to leave with a come up. And Road is happily giving it all. Let me read a couple comments before we get into the last part of the chapter. Don't forget the moment they said he was there, but didn't know he went. Zoro had a straight reaction. That was because he realized that's why Luffy was acting strange. Because I get it, too. It's strange if Shanks captured Loki 6 years ago and is currently in Yonko. That's why that the why was he here moments ago kind of reaction of Zoro. Okay, got it. This final part of the chapter. I did not think Oda was about to get to this. But you are setting some things up. We cut to the Holy Knights trying to convince Loki to join, and he is not having it. He said, you want me to join your noble knights? But that would make you celestial dragons, right? Do you really expect anyone on the planet to willingly become scum like that? Stab just wants to know, you got any intel? And the fact that Loki is not necessarily acknowledging this dude as Shanks or considering he's Shanks, at least it doesn't seem so, is very, very interesting. We finally get a reveal for this other God Knight whose design is fire. I love the design. And God's Knight Gunko has either the mummy fruit, the bandage fruit, the tie fruit, has something because they are mad. They like, well, we would have been good, but we got smoked because last thing we seen was some crow. And now it's just a whole bunch of just impertinence and a whole bunch of standing by going on. And I don't got time for this shit. So she says, Demon Tom grabs Loki's little wolf buddy who's standing there growling and automatically just starts hanging bro by the neck. Loki's like, nah. Loki's like, no, my friend, Wolf, come on. They like, all right, so Stab is like, all right, we're going to bargain with you. If we spare your little wolf, would you change your mind then? And Loki stands on business, y'all. Loki said, nah, I accept my friend's fate and wish him peace in death. It's okay to grieve and rage, but a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. Nigga said, nah, you could kill the wolf. I'm going to wash you up after, but I accept his death. But I'm not folding. I'm not folding. I'll swallow all my fury and use it to fuel me when I reduce this world to rubble. And the end of the chapter. Oda, Eiichiro Oda, you came back with 2025 with some shit today. Yo, why you hating on Gunko? She had a bit of aura, then lost it all for me. Keep in mind, it's the same wolf Loki tamed when he was 10 in the underworld. Yeah, that's his boy. That's his boy. That also indicated that Loki was lying because he was here, but not anymore. So how would Loki know Shank's whereabouts? Exactly. Loki is sus. He was lying. Luffy gonna wash him up. So he really cares about the wolf, but he refused to show emotion. He definitely does. I think he's fronting. I think the fact that he's crashing out, but he just has to talk a big game. He's really like Usopp in that way. You know what I mean? Where you gotta yap. You gotta yap your way out of things. You know what I mean? Loki, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And we are about to have Zoro and Luffy fight Gunko and Stab. If anything, Loki's going to have to be the one to tell Luffy, oh, that's not Shanks. That's somebody else. Because they're going to notice the scar not there. Something. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Oda, I can't wait for next chapter. I don't know what you about to cook. You gave us lore. You gave us build-up. You gave us jokes. You gave us vibes. I'm ready. I'm ready. 1137 can't come soon enough. This is a fire chapter, guys. I can't ask for anything more. Even the cover story. Finally, something is happening. You know what I mean? If I have to give this chapter a rating out of 10, I think I'm going to have to give this a 9 out of 10. I think I'm going to have to give this a 9 out of 10. OD. Stabs his fire. Oh, he has two hands? Do we have confirmation he has two hands? Let's see. I'm trying to see where we have confirmation that there's two hands. We still can't tell exactly. We can't tell exactly if he has two. But it does. I can believe that he has two. I'm not going to necessarily refute it. But yeah, I'm going to give this chapter a 9 out of 10. Maybe I'm overglazing in this exact moment, but I'm feeling good about it, y'all. I'm feeling good about it. Let me know your thoughts if you watch this after the fact in the comment section below on chapter 1136. I enjoyed it. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you like the video, guys. It really does help promote my channel to more people. And also, if you want to see me chop it up with some friends about chapter 1136, we will be streaming on the Moon Piece podcast channel on Sunday around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving our thoughts, and hopefully we can have a special guest. So, on that note, y'all, enjoy your life.